ya YouTubers, Tasman here, bringing you another episode of Foundry VTT from the ground up. And in our last episode, we started making our fighter. What a name, right? I agree. So I forgot, we need to fill in these things. HALFORC, there's probably a dash there, right? So it's a half orc. We are a soldier, SOLDIER. Our alignment as a orc. I want to do chaotic neutral maybe. CHAOTINEUTRAL neutral. Is that right? That looks so weird to me right now. NEAUTRA. That sounds right. I could be completely wrong though. Initiative +0. Oof. I think that kind of completes this page. I mean, if we go look at what we've done, we did our soldier background. We have the half-orc race. And we were talking a little bit about the relentless endurance. This, as far as I know, there isn't... I mean, I guess you could do a JavaScripting type of thing, making a macro for it. But in the character sheet, which we're focused on for this part of our series, I don't think there's any way really to kind of automate this. This says, oh, when you hit 0 hit points, you're not killed. You actually pop back up with 1 hit point. So you're basically one more hoorah in order to, finish off the person. And then, of course, it says when you score a critical hit with a melee weapon, you can roll one of the weapon's damage dice 1 additional time and add it to the extra damage of the critical dice. So that kind of means, at least this is what I mean, what I understand it to mean, is if I have a weapon that does 1d8, and I roll the dice, let's say I get a 7, and then the critical dice, depending on the DM, you might actually max that out or not. But it's saying you actually get to add another D8 and roll that and add that to the critical hit portion of it, that's pretty cool. And then we have our common orc. Orc is a harsh language with hard consonants. It has no script of its own, but is written in the Dwarvish script. So that, once again, role-playing stuff. So if we go in here, I think did we have languages in here? We don't have languages. So it said common and orc, right? Common and orc. And then did we get any languages with our... Doesn't look like it. Yeah. So we didn't necessarily get any languages from that. So I think we are now focusing on the fighter portion. So we can go and say update. We have our language common and orc. We have our dark vision. Yeah. Death save 0. Exhaustion, inspiration. I think we are done with this page. So now we can move on to the fighter portion of it. And I think what I'm going to do, well, no, because I want you guys to be able to see. Well, I don't know. Let me open up another instance of this. I'm going to put it where I can see it, and then I can bounce back and forth. But that way, if I have to spell stuff or something like that. So as a fighter, it wants us to. Oh, the quick build right here is very handy to look at. So you can make a fighter quickly by following the suggestions. Strength or dex is your highest ability score. And then depending on whether you want to focus on melee or archery, which is, we're going to do melee, your next highest score should be constitution or intelligence if you plan to adopt the Eldritch Knight. So we're just doing standard, and I think we already did all our points. We put our biggest stuff in strength, and then constitution, dex, well, everything. Dex is the next highest, and then we just really got crummy rolls on everything else. So if we look at this, we can see some of the stuff here describing the fighter. So as a level 1, we get a fighting style and we get second wind. So second wind is a class feature as well as our fighting style. So we get to choose a fighting style. So as a fighter, we would say we're not archery. While wearing armor, you gain a +1 to your bonus to your AC. I don't know. Dueling, when you're wielding a melee weapon in one hand and no other weapon, you gain a +2 to damage rolls with that weapon. That could be good because we could actually be holding a shield in our other hand because it's not a weapon. Great weapon fighting, when you roll a 1 or 2 on a damage die for an attack you make with a melee weapon that you are wielding with 2 hands, you can re-roll that die and must use the new roll even if it is a 1 or a 2. The weapon must have two-handed or versatile property for you to benefit to gain this benefit. Protection. When a creature you can see attacks another target than you within 5 feet of you, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on their attack roll. That's pretty cool. 2-weapon fighting. When you engage in 2-weapon fighting, you can add your ability modifier to the damage of the second attack. So now this is good because generally when you're using two weapons, your first one gets your modifiers, the second one does not get the damage modifier. So, you know, if you have your strength of +4 and you hit with a D8 weapon or maybe a D6 weapon, you get D6, 1d6 +4. However, that offhand weapon, if it's a D6, you only get that 1d6. You don't get the +4 on that. So this is saying that if you do that, you would actually also get that 1d4 or whatever on the second one. That could be pretty good. I'm trying to think, do we want to... I think as our fighter, we just want to go in swing. We want 2 weapons, and we're just going to go in. So I think two weapon fighting is actually going to be a pretty good choice for us. And we have good strength and good con. So yeah, I think so. I think that's what we want to do. Let's go to, I think it's under inventory. It's features. Here we go. So here's our level, and let's go see. And I guess this would be considered a passive. Although, would we just... how would I do this? You just get to add your ability modifier. You don't actually have to remove it, because the default is to have it there. Does this have... I can't remember. Do we have SRD feats? Monster features? Class features? Let's go check this out real quick. So... do we have 2 TWO? Yeah, it doesn't actually do anything, and it's not active. Let's see where it goes. So that one under passive, because we don't actually activate it in order to do it. So yeah, and it's pure text. I mean, it doesn't look like there's anything really special here. There's not an activation cost. There's not an activation type. It's just always there. But the nice thing about it, it does have the link saying, well, the pointer saying that go to the PHP page 72 to 73, also on 91. I'm not sure what's on 91, to tell you the truth. So there's that. The second one is called Second Wind. And this, I would guess, whoops, SEC. Second Wind. My guess is this is going to be an active one, because this is when you activate. And as you can see, yes, it is. So you have a limited well of stamina that you can draw from. Can you actually, yeah, you can actually click on this to do it. I think more than likely what it does is just do it. Consume available usage. That should say, it does say healing. All right, so that's good. And then after, doesn't this also say that fighter one oneself right here, short or long rest? So that recharges after short rest, so that's good. And that is that. So we have second wind. Action surge is at second level. So if we keep coming down here, we can see we're not arcane archer, so we're nothing special there. We're not battle master. Although I guess we could choose one of these as a subclass, yeah. Champion, Echo Knight. This must be in the other stuff right now. Or we could just be a regular fighter. Gunslinger. Cyanite. Where on earth? We just want a regular fighter right now. Well-rounded specialist, rune knight, samurai. Wow, they're adding quite a few of these things. Creating a fighter. That's actually class features. Oh, this is actually, I went too far down. I went right into fighting style. So this is what we want. We do know, we already did our thing with 1d10 plus our con, right? Right here. Yep, 1d10 plus con, which is plus 3. So yeah, we're all good there. So let's go ahead and look. We did that. All right, proficiencies. So all armor and shields, I think we already did that, right? All armor and shields. Heavy, light, medium, and shields, yes. Then tools, there was none other than our gaming set because of our other thing. Saving throws were strength and constitution, so that one and that one, yep. All right, so let's go to our equipment now. So I'm gonna just go over all these real quick, and then because I have it open up on the other screen, I don't have to keep bouncing back and forth. So as you can see, as a fighter, we get chainmail or leather armor. If we do the leather armor, we get a longbow and 20 arrows. We're definitely going chainmail. We get a martial weapon and a shield, or 2 martial weapons. We're going 2 martial weapons. We can also have a light crossbow and 20 bolts, or 2 hand axes. I think we'll go ahead and do the light crossbow. Then we get the Dungeoneer's pack or the Explorer's pack. Some of the difference between these is Dungeoneer's pack is kind of more for like mountain climbing or something like that. You get pittons and stuff like that. Explorer's pack, you get a bedroll, you get some additional things. I believe you also get torches, where you don't get that on Dungeoneers. We're going to go with just the Explorer's pack, and that's going to be interesting how we actually implement the Explorer's pack, because I don't think it's just a drag and drop and everything's there. I think you actually have to add them individually. So let's go ahead and start adding this stuff. So our inventory, it says we get, where was that? Chainmail armor. So let's go and move that over there. Come over here and let's do items. Items SRD. Bing! Right here. And we want to say chainmail. Hold on just a sec, pull up that window. Chainmail, so do CHAIN, chainmail. Do we have chainmail? Yep, regular chainmail. Go ahead and throw that in there. And that is that. We get 2 martial weapons. So I would say this is where it'd be nice to actually, let's go ahead and pull up another source, no, game rules. Wood weapons, are they, I don't think they're under magic weapons, maybe just equipment. And then let's go ahead and say filters. Oh, that's reset filter. Is this all my options for filters? I think it is. That's not good. I was hoping there was something that said, well, let's go look up longsword. So long sword. It is a martial weapon. Let's just do 2 long swords. I think that'll be quick. They're 1d8 slashing, so let's just do that. I think that'll, I don't want to take forever just trying to find out. Long sword. Long bow. Long sword. So we have 1 and 2. Nice thing is, like I said, we actually get to use our modifier on both of those, which is very nice. So I wonder if you did this without a modifier, if you had to do that, is that under details and you would just say don't add the modifier or something? Versatile. Yeah, I guess on this one you just remove this at mod right here. And that would make it so it's no longer. So you'd probably want to specify then also, like, this is offhand. Offhand. It's not your main hand. Is there... I can't go up higher than that. Can I do this? Oh, I can't go lower either. That just update? Okay, it updated. So, yeah, I guess if you were doing that, and then of course we are equipping this, we are equipping that, so that's all good. Let's see, we get a light crossbow. So CROSS. Let's do a crossbow. We get a light crossbow. It's just regular, right there. Are they called crossbow bolts or just bolts? BOLTS. That did not work. Bolts must not be in the items here. Light crossbow and 20 bolts. Yeah, I spelled it right. Can you add bolts directly to the crossbow? Edit. Details. Weapon usage, weapon attack. I don't see it here. Thunderbolts and lightning bolts. How about ARROW? See, there's actually arrows. Why aren't there bolts? BOL? Bolt to sling, crossbow bolt. Oh, because I had the S on it. Okay. So if we do that, that can go under consumables. And then I imagine in here we have to say there's 20 of them. Details. I mean, if it's consumable, it definitely should have how many we have. Resource, limited uses. Would we say 20? Maybe. Just charges, maybe. Huh. Once again, I don't think we need anything else. So we have 20 bolts. And then we would have our backpack. BACK backpack. Or actually, let's see if Explorer's Pack is anything. EXPLO. Nope, it is not. Okay. So here's our backpack. This should go under containers. Yep. And 1 cubic foot, 30 pounds. Capacity 30 pounds, I guess. Oh, capacity type, weight, or items. Okay, that makes sense. Or you can make it weightless. So how you assign things and what do you roll on a backpack? I'm not quite sure how you assign things to the backpack. I'm going to go and look up what's in the Explorer's Pack real quick. EXPLORER Explorer's Pack. So, Explorer's Pack. Right here, equipment. Alright, so it has a backpack, which we got, a bedroll. So let's see if there's a bedroll. Where's our items gone? Right here. Wait a minute, that's not the SRD one. That's the one I was working. There it is, SRD items. Alright, so let's do bedroll. That's a weird looking bedroll, but okay. Where'd that put it? Under loot. Alright, so a bedroll, a mess kit, MESS, that'll work. Mess kit probably went under bedroll. Tinderbox. That doesn't look like a tinderbox, but that's okay. TOR torches. Same thing as the tinderbox. Torches should have went under consumables, right? Yep, it sure did. Rations. RET. Ration should go under there as well. Water skin. Now, if you ask me, water skin should also be under rations. Oh, it does say it does say charges on these, other than mine. 1 of 1. That should be 10. So that should say 0. Rations should be 10 as well. Rope. We have hempen rope. 50 foot of hempen rope. I guess that's also considered consumable. To the side of it. Perfect. So there we go. There's that. Features. We have our features spellbook. If we don't have any spells, we did that on purpose. Here's where we can add our biography. So I think that might actually be our fighter. I would be very interested to go look at the compendium of starter heroes and see if there's a fighter in here and see how far off we are. This is going to be hard because they're so big. So our rolling was really bad. Theirs was good. We got more hit points. Hit dice looks good. Armor classes were... Oh, we didn't... So it didn't automatically add our armor class because we just have the 10 on our decks. So if we actually come over to our inventory, go to chainmail, this gives us, it doesn't say here, so we have to come into here. Arm class is 16. Max modifier actually allows you to have whatever. Required strength is 13. So we got that. So it's 16 plus our dex. So we're just 16. I thought that would automatically do it. I'm kind of surprised it doesn't. So this one's 19, 30 feet. That looks good. Initiative. He has a much better initiative than us. This is kind of what I want to look at. So this guy gets multiple. I don't know. It's probably because he's City Watch. Simple melee. Light, medium, heavy. Shields. They don't get a gaming set. So looks like pretty accurate so far. Go into inventory. They did 20 arrows in the longbow. a longsword and 2 hand axes instead of the crossbow. Instead of... Wait, what was the first part of that? Let me go back. I thought it said you could do the fighter. Here it is. Chainmail, leather armor. Oh, they did the leather armor. No, they didn't. They cheated. It says chainmail or leather armor. Well, I guess it all depends on how you read it. So if we go look at this real quick, it's kind of one of those tomato things, because it says A, chainmail, or, which would mean to me that it's everything in here. Other words, it would have a C with a longbow as being an option. No, that doesn't make sense. So to me, they should have only had leather armor, a longbow, and 20 arrows, and then they can't have chainmail. So it's not saying chainmail or leather armor, but then also a longbow and 20 arrows. I think that they did it wrong on theirs, but that's just me. And then they chose a martial weapon and a shield, didn't they? Yep, there's the shield and a martial weapon, which is the longsword. And then instead of the crossbow, which is a light crossbow, 20 bolts, they chose the 2 hand axes. So other than that, they're right. The horn must have been something. There's the backpack. They have a pouch. I guess we could have done a pouch for our gold. I don't see anything different in the backpack. And then under loot, they got a crowbar. I think they did the they did the Dungeoneer's pack. However, see, their torches are not under consumables. In fact, they don't have any consumables. Their rations aren't under consumed. I mean, this, and this should definitely be under consumables. Huh, interesting. Under features, second wind, they got the background city watch, fighting style defense. We did fighting 2-hand, so there's that. Biography, prepared, blah blah blah. Token artwork provided by Forgotten Adventures, and no biography for us. So it looks like we probably did it fairly accurately. We're not a variant human. That definitely helped with them too, because then they didn't get a feat though. Class level. Because as a variant human, don't you get a feat right up front? That's a good question. Alright guys, so we're at 28 minutes. This took a little longer than I wanted to, but that's kind of how it usually is, I guess. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Aside from that, comment, like, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Check out my Discord and my other channels. If there's anything specifically other that you would like to see, another class being created, we can try it, learn it together and stuff, let me know. And that's it. Until next time, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.